Welcome to APAC Braid Academy Level 2. In today's lesson, we're learning the foundation of professional box braids. Let's begin. Box braids are one of the most requested protector styles. They're easy to do, and they're a great way to practice consistency. Grab your favorite braiding hair and rat tail comb and clips, and let's begin. First, we're going to start with our braiding hair. Now, let's practice on how you would like to grip the hair. Some people like to grip it with just the hair itself in one. Others like to grip it by separating it in two to make three. So you have this, so you have a small and a large, and then you're going to combine them like this, the small under the large. And you're going to cross it over, and you're going to have it like this. So you should have it like this. So in today's practice, I'm going to show you both ways. Okay? So it should look like this. Okay? Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the normal size box braid here. Again, we're doing large. So you just want to make a box here. Of course, in my previous sections, I've taught you can either do a box braid, which is a box part, or you can do a free part. It's definitely your preference and definitely whatever the customer asks. Okay. See, this is your free part. But today we're going to do box just for the sake of teaching, okay? So you just want to make your nice part. Simple as that. All right. So now we're going to begin first by teaching you how to just use the braid itself without dividing it, okay? This is the original way of how to hold the braid when you start, okay? So first, you're going to grab your hair, pinch it in the middle here, and then grab it like this. So you should have it just like this. Does your fingers look like this? Okay, perfect. Let's begin. Now, you want to go ahead here so now those two fingers that you had before, you're going to pinch the client's hair. That's going to serve as your third strand. The two pieces of braiding hair will serve as your outside strands until you borrow from those, okay? So you're going to pinch your client's hair. Then you're going to wrap the braiding hair around, okay? This is your client's hair. So now you should have a start right here. This is going to be your knot, okay? And then you're going to take your client's hair and wrap it and start the braid. Now, make sure you practice great tension control. Start with clean sections, and remember the quality of the parts affects the quality of the final style. As you begin to braid each braid, focus on keeping tension balanced and your sections uniform, okay? So now as you begin braiding the box braid, now your client's hair is the middle strand right here. So now what you want to do is continue braiding there. Okay, just like that. Keep braiding. And then we're going to learn how to borrow from that, okay? See, that looks uniform. And just practice your consistency there. Now, as you see your client's hair begin to get smaller in the braid, as you can see here, you see it's less here, but it's more here from your braiding hair. Now you want to go ahead and start the borrowing method. So now that you have the braiding hair in the middle, you want to take a little bit from here, such as this, just like that. And then you're going to put it with the client's hair on the side here. And then you're going to keep braiding. So now you have some of the braiding hair with the client's hair. Now this time with the braiding hair in the middle, you're going to take the outside section here, take a little bit just like you did before. And your client's hair is on the other side here, so now you're going to put some with that. This you want to be extremely careful, because if it's not correct, it'll look uneven. Okay, now you want to continue braiding. Just like that, a consistent speed. Awesome job. And then once you get down to the desired end or length, you would like to ask your client what type of ends they want. With loose ends like this, you would normally curl it, you would crimp it. You can also burn the ends, whatever their preference. Okay? Now you have your braid here. That's your first box braid. Very nice. I see yours. You did awesome. So that is just the one strand method. Now I'm going to teach you how to do the 3-strand method. Now let's begin a box braid using the 3-strand method. So here you have your hair that you sectioned. But now I want you to take the hair and I want you to separate it. So I want you to take a smaller piece, enough where if you cross it, it will actually equal the other side. So this is what I mean. So you're going to take this section here. So as you can see here, one is smaller, one is a little bit larger. The reason being is because once you cross it over, so you're going to go here, cross it here, and then you're going to cross it. So now you have 3 strands. This is also better than the borrowing method because each section now will be consistent. Okay? Now, I want you to do it just like this. So if you're asking me, how do I hold it? If you see here, you're going to hold it just like this. Okay? These two here, your middle finger and pointer finger, are going to be gripping it. Okay? That way, so when you place it onto your braid, your client's hair, then it can stay. Let's begin. So as you see here, now you're going to grip it. So you want to grip it here. Take one section here. And then voila. I love this method because it does create more consistent braiding. You will know exactly how much you already have to begin with, and then you can use that same exact amount as you braid to the end. And then now you're going to braid until you reach the end. Let's try that again. Now let's try it with a different color hair so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So here you have your hair. Now I want you to take a small section here, small section, large section, small section, large section. Remember that and you'll be fine. Now you're going to combine them. So large on top, small on the bottom. Bring that over to match. And then you have the 3-section method. And then you can hold it just like this, pointer finger, middle finger. Okay? Now let's see how that looks when you're doing it on your client. This is going to be easy for you. All you have to do is practice. So first you take your hair. I want you to grab your client's hair just like this with your middle finger still holding the hair. And then you're going to begin. So remember, this color hair here is just for practicing purposes, so you can learn. Okay? Later on, I'll teach you in different sections on how to tuck the hair. But we're going to start here so you can get the understanding. And then once you have the hair on there, you're going to begin to braid. So as you can see, what we're learning today is how to achieve a consistent look. So you see your client's hair here, but it's still the same size as the braiding hair. Now you want to go ahead and continue braiding to the end until you reach the desired length that your client wants. Awesome job. So here you have, this was your 3-strand method. This was your 1-strand method, the borrowing method, as I like to call it. Pay attention to the size of the braid. Consistency is more important than speed when you first begin. One common beginner mistake is allowing the braid sizes to vary throughout the head. So if you can see here, this is the client size that you requested. You will want this size in the entire head. If not, the client will be upset. So that wraps up today's lesson. Go home, practice your clean starts, tension control, and consistency. Remember, practice, practice, practice. Continue on to the next lesson in Level 2. I'll see you then. Thank you for joining APAC Braid Academy.